this video, I'm going to show you how we can replace components in an assembly, as well as sub-assemblies without too much hassle. Now, if I look at Inventor and I look at these components that I've got over here, all of them are in sort of the same assembly. There's nothing in sub-assemblies or anything like that. So if I wanted to replace, say, for instance, this part with another part, all I have to do is select one, right-click, go to Components, and replace all. And because they're all sitting in the same, the same level, you'll see that it selects everything, and I can say replace all, and then replace it with this new components over there. But it's going to go and do over here. What happens is if the components are in different sub-assemblies. So I'm going to make this into two individual sub-assemblies. So let's go and demote this. So components, demote. Let's make it just assembly 4, that's fine. And then if I select it, you'll see that it behaves like an assembly. And then I'm going to, so here we go, so it selects the whole thing. And I'm going to go do the same for this assembly over here as well. So component, demote. Just if you have never seen this before, it just allows you to very quickly take components and put into a sub-assembly and give it a new name, the template that you normally use, where you're going to put the files in, and then just the bill of material structure as well. Okay, so let's go OK. Give you some warnings about this restructuring, but it should keep all its constraints. And there we go. So we've got our two sub-assemblies over here. So let's go do the exact same thing. Let's see what happens. So if I go there, right-click, component, replace all, you'll see even at this point in time, it only highlights those two. It doesn't go in there. If I wanted to go and replace this, I'd have to go into that sub-assembly, right-click, component, replace, and go look for my components over there. Okay. Now, if I've got, say, for instance, 10 or 15 of these sub-assemblies, or 10 or 15 of, or a couple of these parts in different sub-assemblies, this can take quite a bit of time to go and get right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and do here quickly so I can get back to those parts. Okay, so there we got our sub-assembly and our sub-assembly. So what we can do is we can go find this part and take it out of the project. In its essence, deleting it so that the inventor can't see the component. So I'm going to go and see what the name of this component is again. So find in browser. There we go, 100.13-00. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to close this assembly. Okay, and I'm going to go to where that is. So just while it thinks a little bit. Okay, so I'm just going to go to where that folder is. So this is where my folder is, where all the components sit. Go to my support components, go to parts, and oopsie, sorry. Let's just go and put that back onto parts over there. So it's 100-13. So there we go. That's the part that it's looking for. So what I can do, if I want to replace all of those components at once without having to do too much vault, I'm not using the vault at the moment. I'm going to go and cut and paste this outside my workspace. So if I go one up, so over here, I'm just going to go paste it in over here. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is let's go and open up this assembly again. Open it up, and it should bring me up this dialog box over here. So it's looking for that part, but I've taken that, in essence, I've taken that part out of the project workspace. And what I can do now, because the parts are pretty similar, if I go look for those parts, it should actually keep a link to this part. So I'm just going to replace this part. There we go. There's that part over there. Okay, and if you've got quite a few of them, yes. That's asking for that. I just need to go back to my replace. So what I do is I just copy this, copy, open, brings it back up again, paste, open. So yes, it might take a little bit of time to do this, but it is a lot quicker without having the vault. And what it also does, it goes into those sub-assemblies of yours and it goes and replaces those parts in there. So you don't have to, sort of right-click, select all, replace. It'll do these two. And then have to go into each different sub-assembly and go replace those individually. That is just a little bit of a quicker way. It's a little bit of a cheat. When you are replacing a whole lot of components, and you do have parts that are they're not just sitting on the top level, but different sub-assemblies below that level as well. I hope you found that informative, and thank you very much for watching.